judges and the debaters. First of all, because before I give my argument, I will do better. The argument from the first speaker. There are some points. The first speaker asked what kind of aid, and he asked about the parameter, and he also say we give the aid until forever, and I'm totally disagree with that. And also you say about money, you said they can use that money to do something wrong. Okay, I think you don't listening to the first speaker clearly, because first of all you say what kind of aid. We don't give kind of aid. We don't need money. We mean such like a car, but there's a money in the car. But you cannot use that money to buy something like you want. Like you want to buy food, you want to buy clothes, but it will control by the car, because this car is, for example, for an important thing like health, education, and something like that according to our program. And the second thing you asked me about the parameter. I think and I ruminate the parameter that you mean here is the poverty, because we more focus to the financial for the female servants about, because the single parent that have limited in the first speaker is the single parent who live in poverty. I have ruminated that. No, thank you. The parameter that you mean is poverty. In our country that have limited by the first speaker, we have Badan Pusat Statistik, and Badan Pusat Statistik have do the census to give us a clear parameter for what is poverty. We do the census to start from how much is their income and how much money they use for food per day, and we calculate from the income and what kind of house they live in. So if you ask the parameter, you don't really read and you don't really live your life, and you don't know what is the best. But with statistics, they are also give the clear parameter about the poverty. And the third thing you said that we give the aid is until forever. Honestly, according to the program that we mean, we only give the aid until the children from the single parent finish their education. Okay? So you cannot say that we will give aid for single parents until forever. We totally disagree with that, because it's not true. And the second is talking about money. I have told you before, we don't give the money, but we give the card. That in the card there are some money like bank account, and you can use only for something important, that only use for something important like health and education and something like that according to our program. No, thank you. And now I will get into my argument. In our country, outside, of course, outside from the rules, from the mind, why we choose single parent. Okay. In our country, there's a guess from the economy. Our gross domestic product in our country is the fifth in the world, but our income per capita is 105. This data can show us that it can inform that you have to realize our income per capita is really low, but why our gross domestic product in our country is very high, because we are a big country with a lot of citizens. But our income per capita is really low. And I just want to show that this data, or I just want you to realize that every people, an average people, need an aid, but we more focus to single parent. Can you imagine if an average people in our country need an aid? None. Now we talk about single parent. They will need it more, because the single parent that have limited in the first speaker is a single parent who live in poverty, and of course they will need an aid financially. And also the single parent in our country is much more dominated by women than men. And we all know that people who usually work is more than men. Okay. This.
You said that you want, the first one, you said that you want to create a car. Then what is the difference between creating the PJS and creating another thing? The second one, you said Indonesia is have the third largest economy. Let me ask you a question. What happens if we have coronavirus spreading like Singapore, that we have a financial crisis, like impression? How do you explain that?
Sorry, I don't get your point. Just to discuss, and the time is over. Okay, next. So our focus here is children, and the main reason why government will focus to single parent, because these children, and I'll give you a reason why single parent, and this is about the children, and we have a future of our country in these children. So if you refuse the program that we mean, that means you have fight for our law, because according to our law, people who live in poverty is being taken care by the government. Yes, please, most slowly and clearly.
Okay. You say you want to create a card.
Yes.
What is the difference that the card you mean with the existence right now, what like BPJS, KIP, KIS, and whatsoever? What is the difference between them? Do you want to create a double card?
Okay, I will answer that in my argument. Yeah. Okay? There are two specifications. It starts from single parent who have children haven't going to school yet, and the second is who is going to school. So the specification is start from children who haven't gone to school and going to school. And according to what you asked, what is the difference? The difference is we give a card to the single parent for their daily need, for single parent who have children who haven't going to school yet, for daily need. For the single parent who have children that haven't gone to school yet. And the second specification is for the single parent who have children who is going to school, they will get a card for the scholarship. Next, I just wanted to close to the point, and you asking, oh, I'm sorry, I forget, you always asking about the budget. Specifically for our budget for education, more focus to the children who going to school is about 25% from 100% from our budget area in our country. And there is some point. First of all, I give you clear reason why we choose single parents. And the second is we have a systematic method in a way to make it true. And the third is we stay holding on our law in our nation. That's all from my argument. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pranavin from the